Melbourne Cup-winning jockey Damien Oliver coming back to scale, and what an emotional win that was for him. He's sporting the breeches of his late brother, Jason Oliver, and all of Australia were riding with Damien today, hoping he could win the race aboard the favourite, and that's just what he did. It was a dominant performance by Media Puzzle. And a big crowd saluting Damien as he comes back to scale. And it'll take a while, I'd say, for all of this to sink in. What an incredible career Media Puzzle's had too. He was touted as a Group 1 horse a few years ago, but his career was halted because he fractured a pelvis, and he was on the sidelines of racing for a long time, 5 months in fact. He had to stand in a stable and recover from that injury, and recover he has, and to go on and win the Melbourne Cup, an awesome effort. And Dermot Weld winning his second Melbourne Cup, the only Northern Hemisphere trainer to ever do it. And what a dismount from Damien Oliver after winning the Cup this year on Media Puzzle. That's Damien's second victory in the race. He won the Melbourne Cup back in 1995 aboard Doremus. In fact, that year he won the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double with Doremus. Now focusing on our next live event on Sky Racing, and that's Eagle Farm, race 4. They're heading out to the barriers. And Larry, what a win by Media Puzzle.
Yes, Joe, I suppose in all the years I've been watching Melbourne Cups, I'd say that's the most emotional one I've seen, and there wouldn't be one person anywhere around the world that would begrudge Damien Oliver, particularly after the events that followed over the last week, to get up and get above all that. It's a big workload that he's had to come through, and a personal achievement, and something, of course, I think that, well, only he can sort of really understand, but that's a great effort. He was determined to win it. He did it for himself, his brother particularly, and I think a lovely result. Joe, very hard to get caught up here too in this. Numbers here are 4, 2, 8 and 5. I'm putting the 4 on top here. I saw him...
Emotional victory speech after winning this afternoon's Melbourne Cup aboard the Dermot Weld-trained Media Puzzle. It was a brilliant performance by the horse, and an even...
You say about him, truly one of the greatest trainers in the world. He's also his son Mark and Dave Phillips have done a wonderful job with this horse since they've been here. Congratulations, guys. To all the people out there in the crowd, you've been wonderful support through the last 2 days through this trying time. Thank you very much. To my family back home, it's a sad time at the moment, but I hope this will bring the family closer together and bring a little bit of happiness back into the family. To my mum and nan, I know you're watching out there, so hello to you. Also to some close friends of mine, Neil Pinner, Timmy Smith, and my girlfriend Trish, who've been a tower of strength for me during the last week. And last of all, but certainly not least, my brother Jason. I know you're up there, mate. And I couldn't have done it without you, buddy. So this one's for you.
Damien, well done. I'm now going to ask Mrs. Anne Ramsden, the wife of the chairman of the Victoria Racing Club, to present the Tommy Woodcock Trophy to David Phillips, the strapper of Media Puzzle.
It's a great feeling to be back here again. I never thought it would happen again, but here we are. I just want to thank a lot of people along the way since we arrived. Ross Tyson, John Walker, Dave McKellar, done a fantastic job with both our horses since we arrived. Thank you very much. Also, the staff at Sandown Racetrack, they've really looked after us. Thank you very much. I just want to dedicate this to my family back home. My wife Angela, son Christopher, but most of all to my sister, who I lost last year, Veronica. this is for you. Thank you very much.
So emotions all round here after the presentation of the TUI's new Melbourne Cup and the courage shown by Damien Oliver just a moment ago on the dais when he made his victory speech shows the champion that he is. We're going to take a break from Flemington and be back with more right after this.
TUI's new Melbourne Cup, the great two-miler, the greatest two-miler on the planet, and we're close to a start. Pugin stands well. Rain Gauge, Sand Mason's in line. Now Grey Song, he carries a gold cap. Grey Song, he's coming up towards his position. Beekeeper, the red cap. Hatharana has got a black cap on. A hush just ascending over Flemington. A hush that will erupt into a roar at any tick of the clock. Prize Gem moving around behind them. She won the Brisbane Cup earlier this year at 3,200 metres. She's ridden by a Queenslander, Michael Rodd. She's in line. We're close now. The lights are on. Stand by. Stand by for the Melbourne Cup. Racing. An almighty roar from the crowd. Freemason, Miss Melissa going back. Requiem began nicely. County Tyrone was fast away. Dardia Poor began quickly. Thong Classic. Hatharana going forward with Sand Mason and Requiem on the outside. Beekeeper a little wide. They're linking up with the course proper. Sorting themselves out. Victory Smile just in front of Dardia Poor. Media Puzzle straight into a lovely trailing position. He is running third, just one off the rails. Cyclades is over on the inside. Sand Mason going up about 4 horses deep to take them on. Requiem is next, then Hatharana, County Tyrone. Pugin going to 6th on the outside. Frankie Dettori is jumping onto the heels of Hatharana. His stablemate is following forward. Next on the inside is Pentastic. Distinctly Secret, Mr. Prudent, followed by Thong Classic and Miss Melissa. Hales getting back in the field. Getting well back to Jardine's Lookout, then Rain Gauge, and Freemason drops to the rear. The big field thunders to the turn out of the straight in the Melbourne Cup. 2,200 metres left to go. Sand Mason takes up the running. Sand Mason leading by a length. Hatharana going to second. Frankie's caught a little wide on Pugin. He's still out 3 horses deep. He's going to third on the outside of Dardia Poor. 5th in the centre there is Requiem. Helene Vitality having a wide run. County Tyrone in the middle. Cyclades is next on the rails. Then Victory Smile. Vinnie Rose getting up into a nice trailing position. He is 2 off the fence, but he's getting cover there. Pentastic is next on the inside of Media Puzzle. Media Puzzle is right behind Vinnie. A length and a half then to Beekeeper, followed by Mr. Prudent on the inside. Distinctly Secret's out a little bit deep as well. Miss Melissa's a fair way back in the field. She's racing on the outside of Grey Song. Further back then came Hale, Rain Gauge, and Freemason is still at the rear. Out past the 1,400, and Sand Mason shows the way. Sand Mason taken on now by Hatharana. Hatharana surging to the front to lead by 3/4 of a length on Sand Mason. Pugin is now dropping into a beautiful trailing position. He's 2 lengths away in third spot, followed then by Helene Vitality getting a nice run, and Vinnie Rowe is right on the heels of Pugin. He's starting to follow forward behind him. Dardia Poor is on the inside. Media Puzzle just seemed to lose his position a little bit. He's back behind Cyclades. Beekeeper coming to the outside. Victory Smile and Pentastic. Distinctly Secret has never been on the track. He's going wide, and so is Jardine's Lookout. They're approaching the home turn. 600 metres left to go in the Melbourne Cup. They're on the bend now. Hatharana's just in front. Vinnie Rose making a dash, and so is Media Puzzle. Here comes Damien on Media Puzzle. Vinnie Rowe and Media Puzzle. Beekeeper to the outside, putting in a great run. Distinctly Secret is next, followed then by Pentastic. Media Puzzle. Media Puzzle. Damien takes him to the lead with 200 metres to go, and he's shot away. Media Puzzle 3 lengths in front. This is the one that Damien's wanted. This is the one that he's riding for Jason, and Media Puzzle goes to the line to win the Melbourne Cup. Damien stands high in the irons, salutes the heavens. That's for Jason. It's Media Puzzle, the winner of the Melbourne Cup. Oh, a Gray goes second and third. Beekeeper's there. Mr. Prudence there. Vinnie Rowe had his chance. Then Fantastic. Followed in by Distinctly Secret. The next one in was Freemason, Miss Melez, County Tyrone. Prize Gem further back with Gray's Song. Jardine's Lookout. Further back came Thong Classic, Rain Gauge, Hale, and Dahlia Poor, or a few of these are pulling up a mile back. Victory Smile, Sand Mason, Helene Vitality. Puget pulled up quickly with Requiem, and Hatharana, one of the last over the line. What a Melbourne Cup victory to Media Puzzle and Damien Oliver. What a win.
142 runnings of the Cup. Has it been a better story? A more emotional one? See the breaches, Jason Oliver. Damien riding for his brother here. What a moment for Dermot Weld as well. He's done it again, Peter Donegan.
Dermot Weld, just asking about where Vinnie Rowe finished, but you know where Media Puzzle finished. Is it sweeter the second time around?
Yes, it is indeed. This was a wonderful day. I'm delighted for everybody concerned, for my staff who's done such a wonderful job with this horse. And this was very special.
You're normally so calm and cool and collected, Dermot. We've seen that many times, but a bit of a shake-up at the moment.
Yeah, there's times, you know, these are special moments in life. These things happen. I was so thrilled turning for home to see my two horses fighting out a Melbourne Cup. You know, they've come 12,000 miles to do this. And just watching the rerun, Vinnie Rowe for a 4-year-old has run a wonderful race. I'm delighted for Mike Watt and Jim Sheridan, who are my part owners in Vinnie Rowe, that he hasn't let us down for a big run on a track that was too firm for him. But he'll be back. But today was Media Puzzle's day.
Many of the people watching this in Europe would probably think, how could this horse win a Melbourne Cup? But his improvement since he's been here has been astronomical.
2 years ago, after he ran fourth in the English St. Leger, I said in the fourth enclosure to Mike Dillon of Ladbrokes that I'd win the Melbourne Cup with this horse. And in fact, he fractured his pelvis quite badly, stood in a box for 4.5 months, and we brought him back to today.
9 years ago, I congratulated you on internationalising the Melbourne Cup. I do it again. Dermot Weld, congratulations.
Thank you, Peter. My pleasure.
And a big one today, which meant a lot to you.
Yeah, mate.
I'll get you in a minute. I want you really up high on this one.
Yep.
Okay? We're ready to go. Damien, this one meant a lot to you, didn't it, the Melbourne Cup?
Yeah, it did, Johnny. It's going to be hard to keep this together.
I know it is, mate, but the Australia and the world's with you.
Yeah. Mate, Melbourne Cups don't mean a thing to me anymore. I'd give it back right now to have my brother back.
Yeah, mate, we can understand that. But this was for him, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
It really was. And you know, you're a very close family. And today was something very, very special for you. It wasn't just a Melbourne Cup. It was everything about yourself and your family.
Well, yeah, the family's been through a hard time. All the family and friends have been so good. I mean, it's so tragic to lose someone in the family so young. And it just goes to show you should never take anything for granted. And, you know, always appreciate your loved ones.
Yeah, Damien, you know, over there, we were about a furlong away or 200 metres from over 100,000 people are just going to go crazy for you because they all rode, I think they all rode the horse with you today.
Yeah, the crowd's been great. I've been having a shocker. But they stuck with me, and this all credit with this horse, mate. He was just far too good today. I got there too early, but he was just too good.
Congratulations, Dame. Very deserving.
Thanks, mate.
Wider out Readiness and Gonna Matter. They're all in. Paladamarigi. Ready and racing in the Hong Kong plate, and one of the best away on the inside, another Warrior. Yoruba and Inclusion jump well. In the orange cap going fast as Early Bird looking for the lead, and then came Gonna Matter from Evander. Around those Raw Instinct, and they were followed by Lazaz. Back to about third last Beresney, second last Bondi Iceberg, and Readiness is at the tail of proceedings. Along the far side of the course they go, and Early Bird has worked its way to the front and shows the way now with 1,400 or so to travel. From in second placing, Raw Instinct going on with it. In third spot, getting a lovely run was Gonna Matter, followed by Inclusion, and they were followed further back behind Inclusion then by Paladamar as they go by the 1,200 on heading towards the side. Further back then came Lazaz, followed by another Warrior in that group. Readiness is improving, and also Paladamar back there with those. And last of all now is Bondi Iceberg. As they move on the side of the course now, the leader still is Raw Instinct by a length and a half to in second placing Early Bird, 2 lengths away. Gonna Matter's been given a lovely run. Over on the inside with Gonna Matter, Inclusion. They were were followed then, making ground by Paladamar Lazaz. Also there, Yoruba followed then, back behind them by Evander, and they were followed then by another Warrior as they come towards the turn into the straight. And one of the last is Bondi Iceberg as they're about to sweep for home now. Inside the 600-metre mark, and the leader still is Raw Instinct. Early Bird moves after it. Gunamatter after a Charmed Runner's coming at the pair. Wider out on the track there is Paladamar, who's joining him with a big run. Behind them, Inclusion feeling the pinch. Lazaz is winding up down the centre, and then Readiness and Bondi Iceberg is even deeper, but racing down towards the 200-metre mark now. They fan across the track. Paladamar's taken the lead about a length in front. Lazaz Evander getting through late. Early Bird still there on the inside. Here's another great finish. Yoruba's getting a split near home. It's still Paladamar in front from Yoruba. Paladamar in front, packs too many guns and wins from Yoruba, I think, or Evander the outside. Early Bird held on well. Lazaz Readiness followed further back behind those by another Warrior. Then came Conclusion. They were followed further back by Berezny. About second last, one of the earlier leaders, that was Raw Instinct. At a long last was Bondi Iceberg, not racing well.
Paladamar, number 15, 20, 50 and 560. Photo second and third.
Number 15, Paladamar will be first. Number 15, Paladamar, you'll find has won this in what was looming up to be another blanket finish. But Paladamar has held off the challengers. Evander got through late. But Paladamar, number 15, will get second. And we've got number 12, Yoruba the inside, and then Evander out wide. Yoruba the one that got the last split, and Lazaz came very deep on the track, and even deeper was Readiness from memory. A great finish, but number...
Leave it there. Here's Musselbrook, race number 3.
Waiting a bit, who steadied to fourth. Moving up on the outside now was Natural Blue, 2.5.
Beekeeper Mr. Prudent are running on from Vinnie Rowe, but it's Media Puzzle clear, and Media Puzzle, Damien and Dermot have done it. Media Puzzle beats Mr. Prudent, Beekeeper, Vinnie Rowe 4, and then came Fantastic Distinct.
Damien Oliver looking up to the skies after winning the Melbourne Cup this afternoon aboard Media Puzzle. Now they're at the barriers for race 5 at Eagle Farm. Larry Olsen, what is Bribes $9.50, Escalante at $6.20.
Shawl clears through now and they're away. Another Warrior jumping okay with Yoruba. Paladamar. Early Bird got away quickly up in the middle of the line. Readiness easing back, and Lazaz has ridden away from the pace as well as they settle fully. Now Early Bird goes to the lead out past the 1,600 metres, took it up about a length clear to Gunamatter. Inclusion the inside third. They're followed by Raw Instinct wide and pressing on from Paladamar. 2 lengths further back as Lazaz. Bit better than midfield outside Yoruba and then Evander. 2 lengths another Warrior being followed by Berezny, Readiness and Bondi Iceberg last of all. Raw Instinct kept the run going and took the lead at the 1,200 out by a length and a half. Early Bird is second, Gunamatter is third. Inclusion is fourth on the inside, and the black colours followed a length and a half to Paladamar. They're followed by Yoruba, and Lazaz is on the outside of it. 1 further back as Evander, then Readiness followed by another Warrior, Berezny and Bondi Iceberg last of all. Heading up towards the 800-metre mark, and Raw Instinct made play. Second is Early Bird, 2 lengths away as Gunamatter. Inclusion the inside, and then Paladamar. Next Lazaz on the outside of Yoruba, followed by Evander. Spots the leader about 7 or 8 coming up towards the turn. Then Readiness, another Warrior's awkwardly placed on the fence, and then Berezny and Bondi Iceberg. Into the straight at the 550-metre mark. Raw Instinct the inside, just led Gunamatter. Early Bird in the centre, and wider out Paladamar coming with a run, and they're followed by Inclusion. Lazaz has got into the clear, and behind these Evander trying to work home, and then another Warrior. With about 300 metres left to go now, Paladamar sprinting up has hit the lead. Inclusion's going for a run to try and finish it off. Then Evander and Lazaz is wider out. Paladamar there, but there's not much in the tank. Early Bird comes again. Yoruba gets through. Evander lifts late. Paladamar still in front of Yoruba, who's driving in Evander, but Paladamar came again. Paladamar wins it from either Yoruba or Evander. Then Early Bird close up on the inside, closely followed in the field by Lazaz Readiness. And then came Inclusion, another Warrior. Behind these Raw Instinct and Berezny and Bondi Iceberg.
The Gold Coast trained mare Paladamar winning race 8 at Flemington for Scott Seamer, paying $20 and $5.70.
On this 9 racer. And there they go. And immediately Pugadlawan goes out the back. That's customary for him. Escalante and Dark Brandy dispute the lead from Shell Run. Bribes improving. Then Sassano followed by Rainbow Maker and Flipnell on the inside as Shell Run gets back now. Jabbar's caught out wide, followed by Flying Comet, and then comes King of All Kings at a length and a half to the heavily tried Pugadlawan. 9.50 to go now, and Dark Brandy runs to the lead, a length and a half on Bribes. Escalante third, and then Sassano followed wider out Rainbow Maker, a length to Flipnell, and 2.5 Shell Run. Racing on the outside of Flying Comet, a length and a half then to Jabbar, getting back to third last now. 2 lengths further off, Pugadlawan has passed one, and that is King of All Kings. They work past the 600, and Dark Brandy shows the way. More than a length on Bribes between Rainbow Maker, White Escalante, the fence, and very deep Sassano. A length the Flipnell, Shell Run, Flying Comet, followed by Jabbar. Pugadlawan second last, and King of All Kings last. Into the straight now, and the leader is Dark Brandy, a length and a half clear on Sassano. Pugadlawan is starting to make some ground now as they reach the distance at the 200. Dark Brandy taken on by Sassano, and here's the Canberra galloper Pugadlawan reeling them in, and quickly Pugadlawan hits the front and away he goes, and Pugadlawan wins it well. Sassano second, Dark Brandy third, and then came Flipnell, Shell Run with Flying Comet, Bribes, and wider out Jabbar. Good margin Escalante, and then King of All Kings, and last to complete the course was Rainbow Maker. Just perfectly ridden by Brad Pengelly. That's the way to ride him. He has to be ridden cold and brought with one well-timed run. And Brad, who's riding in superb fashion at the moment, has notched up a winning treble here this afternoon per medium of the Canberra gelding Pugadlawan, trained by Peter Staunton. Second up form has been good and continued on that vein today. Number 1, Pugadlawan, will be the winner, ridden by Brad Pengelly. Second will go to number 11, Sassano R. Brewer, trained by Bobby Thompson, and third will be number 2, Dark Brandy, handled by Ryan Wiggins for Neville McBurney. Those numbers are official: 1, 11, 2, and the fourth went to number 5, and that was Flipnell. 1, 11, 2, and 5 by Pugadlawan out of Bar Blur, a bay gelding, a 5-year-old, owned by D and Mrs. L. Arnold. Start number 22 for win 6, 3 seconds, 2/3, and scored by a length and a quarter. Half a neck second and third, 1:23.14, and the last 600 took 36.07.
Rockstar and Boys Talk. Rockstar is a $13 chance, $9.50 Jar Jar Binks. Feel the Noise, $4.80, $8.10 Icarus, Off to Sea, $8.70, Destruction Point at $24. 6:30 Boys Talk, Each Way Dynamic Love, $17, $27 Fapiano's Sun, Jai's Jump, $25, $11 Music Star, Panorama Heights at $19, Go Quillo, $58, Roman Arch at $23. The last at Flemington, a welter event over 1,200 metres. Now they're moving in at Morfettville, or Ascot rather, for race. He's a lot bigger than some of his rivals. Now they are starting to fill the gates here, as Feel the Noise continues to dominate the market at $4.60. Kerrin McAvoy aiming for his first winner of the day. Running through some of the riding honours today, and no jockey with, well, the only jockey to ride more than one winner, Jim Cassidy. He's had a double today, won race 2 with Hey Pronto, and he was also successful in race 5 at Flemington today aboard Dan Tarner. Other winning riders, Mark Flaherty in the first, Michael Rodd took out the third, Glenn Boss won race 4, Nashra Willa the 6th event, of course Damien Oliver successful in the Cup, and Scott Seamer rode the winner of race 8 at Flemington today. The last few moving in at Flemington now for race 9, the second last of the day, and favouritism remains with Feel the Noise showing $4.50 on Super Tab. As the last couple go up, they're set to race event at Flemington.
Line looks okay. Racing. Feel the Noise didn't jump all that well from 4. He was slow. Away quickly Boys Talk, and Music Star got away fast towards the inside. They're trailed further out. Rockstar's going up, and Jai's Jump just off the speed. So is Off to Sea on the rail. Fabiano's Son is next, and Roman Arch is one of the last, and also back there is Jar Jar Binks out on the grandstand side now, and Threatener was going quickly and leading against the fence ahead of Go Quillo, Destruction Point. Then Dynamic Love and Lord Ardsley is towards the tail with Panorama Heights coming to the 600 metre mark now. And over on the flat side, Music Star had the lead to Boys Talk, off to sea with the rail. Feel the Noise has got up right behind the leading bunch now. They look to have the overall lead. Fabiano's Son right behind them, and Jai's Jump looking for the way clear. Icaros is going for a rails run on this side. Threatener the leader, but Panorama Heights is closing on it rapidly. Coming towards the 250 metre mark, Music Star had the lead. Look at Roman Arch just to Sandy, went whoosh and hit the lead at the 200 metre mark on the flat side. Panorama Heights has it out here. Roman Arch on the far side, Panorama Heights this side, but it's Roman Arch clear, and Roman Arch has got on to win it. Photo the Miners. We've got Off to Sea, Music Star. Panorama Heights is in the mix over this side. Icaros on the fence. Then Roxar closely followed behind those horses, then by Jai's Jump, and then Jar Jar Binks, Lord Ardsley, Dynamic Love, Fabiano's Son, Feel the Noise, Boys Talk, and Threatener, after showing pace, has ended up well back from Go Quillo and Destruction Point.
Roman Arch winning race 9 at Flemington today for Robbie Lang and Greg Childs. Now being unsaddled by Greg, the winner. It pays $17.10 and $5.60. Panorama Heights $5.50. Third placing Off to Sea $3. Big Quinella and Trifecta returns. Quinella $136.50, and the Trifecta on Super Tab should pay $3,909. The unplaced favourite, Feel the Noise. Here are the ratings for race 8 at Randwick, due in 10 minutes. Faith Hill is the top raider to beat Dana's Kingdom, Floria and God Help Me. Here's the market. Faith Hill for Brent Stanley and Ronnie Quinton, $8. Floria, $10, $8.40 Sri Lanka. Bonbird, $4, $19 Jack Triss. Seesaw, $33. Wandane at $10. Island Storm, $22. And the second page of the market revealing Wedding Bell at $24.31 continuously. God Help Me, $7.80. Magic Miss, $35. And Dana's Kingdom at $7.60. This is the Ausinvest handicap over 4.
And away and racing now, and Threatener on the outside jumped away pretty well, and Lord Ardsley has got some speed as they settle. Go Quiller, they're splitting up into two divisions. Go Quiller on the grandstand side is pretty much up near the front now with Threatener as they settle. Just behind those then came Destruction Point as they settle now on the outside grandstand rail, with also Dynamic Love, and Panorama Heights was in that group of horses. Over to the flat side, and the majority there with Music Star up near the front, with also Boys Talk and Off to Sea just behind them with Feel the Noise nice and prominent. Icaros over on the inside as they come down the straight. Then Fabiano's Son, Jai's Jump, is in that group of horses also, with Jar Jar Binks in the back half of the field. Fabiano's Son along with it. Then Rotsar and also Roman Arch. Back to the outside, and Threatener with Go Quillo. Destruction Point is called upon. Lord Ardsley, Panorama Heights and Dynamic Love. That's the outside at the 300 metre mark. Back to the fence, and Music Star from on the outside. Boys Talk and Roman Arch is unleashing a big run. Roman Arch at the 200 metre mark on the flat side has raced away. Roman Arch has taken the lead from Music Star. The outside, Panorama Heights, but it's Roman Arch in front on the flat side. He's clear from Off to Sea. Panorama Heights on the outside, but it's Roman Arch. Roman Arch has taken the race very tight for the Miners. Off to Sea, Music Star or Panorama Heights in that photo for second and third. In behind those runners, then we've got Jai's Jump along with Off to Sea. Then came Rotsar for the back, Feel the Noise, and Fabiano's Son. Lord Ardsley back with Feel the Noise. Then came Dynamic Love and Boys Talk, and Threatener back towards the tail. The last couple in the race here, Go Quillo and Destruction Point.
16 Roman Arch, 18.50 for the win, 5.90 place. For the Miners, Off to Sea was $3.20. 14 Panorama Heights was $5.40. And another one mentioned there was Music Star. It was showing at $2.80. Coming up next will be Musselbrook. Then we go back to Eagle Farm for the running of race number 6. That race in 7.
And number 2, Noble.
$13.81,151.